At just 23 years old, I'm retired. I make $8,000 a month from real estate, $30,000 a month from affiliate marketing, and over $50,000 from selling my own digital products online. I'm not some like trust fund baby. My daddy didn't loan me any money, and I did start with $0. But I'm not retired in the traditional sense. I still work about 2 to 3 hours per day, but I have complete time and money freedom. I wake up whenever I want. I choose when I get to work, and I can hop on a plane and travel anywhere in the world. Now, I know this sounds totally crazy, so in this video, I'm going to show you dashboards, screenshots to prove that this is the exact business model that made it possible. And then give you a clear step-by-step roadmap on how you can retire early, even if you're starting from scratch. But before we dive in, I want to make it clear that I'm not some genius or guru. I consider myself to be pretty normal. I still doom scroll TikTok until 1 a.m. I eat unhealthy food more than I should, and I'm not like a productivity expert that has cold showers and is super disciplined. Plus, all this didn't just happen overnight. I went through 3 failed businesses and lost my entire savings before I eventually found success. So if you're sitting here thinking this could never be me, I promise you it's 100% possible. You don't need to be some kind of like superhuman. You don't need to have some like rare talent. You just need to have a decent work ethic and be following the right business model, which I'll talk more about in a moment. But first, let's break down each of my income streams from lowest to highest so I can prove that this is real. So my lowest income stream comes from my 3 rental properties. So I bought these in 2023 and they make me around $8,000 a month. But unlike my other income streams, these ones are actually 100% passive income. So if I never work a day in my life again, I would still get that $8,000 deposited in my account every single month. The next income stream comes from YouTube, specifically how much YouTube pays me to put ads on my videos. So for that, I can make anywhere from like $8,000 to $20,000 per month. Now, I'm super grateful for this money, but it's just the start of how I make money from YouTube. For example, my next income stream is affiliate marketing. This is where I promote other companies' products on my YouTube videos, TikTok videos, or Pinterest. This is a big portion of my income, and it's usually bringing me now around $30,000 to $50,000 a month. And then my final income stream is digital products. These are also sold behind my YouTube channel and TikTok account and Instagram. You get the idea. And they bring in about $50,000 to $100,000 a month. And if you add all this up, plus the income from some of my stock market investments, it works out to be around $1.3 million every single year. Now, as amazing as this amount of money is, the truth is you don't need to make close to $1.3 million per year to retire early. For me, when I started making $10,000 a month online, that's the moment I actually felt true freedom. I never had to work for a boss again. I never had to ask permission to see my family or have to plan my life around someone else's schedule. I now get to wake up whenever I want, take a slow morning coffee on my balcony, and decide what I want to do for the day. If I want to spend my Tuesday hiking, I can. If I want to book a last-minute flight to see a friend, I can. If I want to spend the day in the bed watching Netflix, I can, which sometimes, I obviously do. And this freedom honestly feels amazing. And for most people, this all is possible if you can create a $10,000 a month business that only requires you to work maybe 2 to 3 hours per day. So then naturally, the next question is, well, how do you do this? How did I go from making $0 to generating $10,000 per month and beyond at such a young age? Well, the secret all comes down to finding a high leverage business model. So let me explain what this means. You see, when I was working my normal job, I was making about $2,500 a month. And after food, rent, and living expenses, I could save maybe about $500 a month. So I did the math on how long it would take me to retire. And if I wanted $1 million in the bank to comfortably retire, that would have taken 167 years. I'd literally have been dead before I could retire. And the thought of that actually made me really sick. So I realized if I wanted to retire early, I had to start a business that had leverage, where my income had no ceiling and it wasn't tied to how many hours I worked. So I tried all the guru recommended businesses. I tried drop shipping, I tried stock trading, and I tried Amazon FBA, but they were all way too complicated and honestly not for me. And I either lost money or realized it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't until I discovered content creation that everything changed. It didn't require a shopping list of skills. I could do it around something I was passionate about, and I could get started with just my iPhone. And within the first 12 months, I was already making $10,000 per month. Now I'll break down how I did this soon, but just think about that. I was working maybe 2 to 3 hours per day, posting content, but making 5 times my income from my old job. Now, like I said in the beginning, this still took a ton of work. But what I'm trying to explain is that you don't need to wait 40 years to retire. You can go traveling, spend time on hobbies, and enjoy more free time if you can put in the work for 1 to 2 years and build a $10,000 a month content business. So I'm going to give you the exact plan I followed to go from zero to making $10,000 a month. But just before I do, I want to just shamelessly plug my new mentorship. If what I've shared makes sense to you and you're serious about building a $10,000 a month content business, then you might be a great fit for my mentorship program. I help take complete beginners from zero to $10,000 a month with my proven step-by-step roadmap. So if you want to check that out, link in the description. But back to the completely free version that will still give you everything you need to get started. All right, so the first step is to pick your niche. This is simply the topic you're going to make your content around. Now, you don't have to overthink this. Just start by asking yourself 3 questions. What do I already spend time learning about? What do my friends ask me for advice on? What could I talk about for 30 minutes without notes? For me, obviously, it was personal finance. This was something I was super passionate about and was still learning myself. So I just started sharing what was working for me. Now, just a quick tip when picking your niche, the best niches have expensive problems. These are niches like finance, health, relationship, business. People pay more to solve these types of problems, which means you'll make more money, obviously. So if you already have interest in one of these niches, I highly recommend starting there. Step 2 is to pick one platform and go all in. This is where most people mess up. They try to be on every single platform and it leads to burnout and slow growth. In the beginning, you want to focus on one platform. Things like YouTube, if maybe you like longer style content, which is best for maybe money long term. TikTok, if you just want to grow fast because it's easier to go viral there. And Instagram, if you're visual, because it's great for like lifestyle content. I started on TikTok, but eventually went all in on YouTube. And this is when I quickly started making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. So I love YouTube personally. Now, step 3, study your competition. My guess is that you have never made content before, so you don't really know what to make or how to go viral. And this is where most new creators get stuck. But there's an easy fix. Here's exactly what you want to do. Now, I always recommend my students start with short form content because it's easier. So let's say you decide you're going to post on TikTok. Find 10 creators in your niche, people with maybe 50 to 500,000 followers. Find their best performing videos, then study what the video topic is about and how they hook you in the first 30 seconds. You're not going to copy them. You're just simply finding video ideas that have proven to go viral. And you're also finding out what is grabbing people's attention. This will help you make content that actually performs well. Next is to remake what's already working. This is the cheat code that every new creator misses. Now you know what content ideas and topics your audience wants to watch. You simply just recreate those same videos. So for example, I still do this till this day and it's helped me produce my best video ever. So as you can see, I found this video on one of my competitors' channels. At the time, it had around 3 million views and I simply just recreated this same video but using my own story. And it hit 1.6 million views and it is my best performing video ever. So when you start posting content, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Simply find what's already working for your competitors and just recreate it with your own unique style. Okay, next is to post your first video. The reality is your first video will likely suck, but that's totally okay. This is normal and every new creator goes through this phase. In fact, you really don't need to have an amazing video or setup to start making money, even off your first videos. All you need is a simple mic you can get on Amazon for like $30, natural lighting by sitting in front of a window, and your phone. And if you don't believe me, check out this channel here. His first videos were blurry, the audio was terrible, and he had no idea what he was doing. But within just 2 months, he already made his first $20,000 on YouTube. So you really don't need anything special to get started. Now, the final step is to turn those views into money. But here's the thing, you don't need to wait until you've got thousands of subscribers or followers. You can start making money on your very first few videos. And there are a few ways that you can do this. The first way is digital products. For example, let's say I was making personal finance content on TikTok. I could create a simple budgeting template or how to save $1,000 in 30 days guide. I'd sell this for maybe $19 to $30 to my followers who want help with their money. Even with just 300 followers, if 50 people buy it at 25, that's $1,250 from just one product. But if you're not ready to create your own products, you can sell other people's products and just get a percentage of the sale, which is known as affiliate marketing. For example, let's say you're making content about personal finance on TikTok. You could promote a budgeting app like Pocket Guard. Every time someone signs up using your affiliate link, you get paid $25. $100. Or if you're making, let's say, fitness content, you could promote workout programs, protein powder, or maybe like fitness equipment. And when people buy through your link, you earn money without having to create anything. Now, this 6-step guide is great to getting started, especially if you just want to see if this is something you'd enjoy doing. But if you are serious about building a content creation business that actually makes $10,000 a month and you don't want to waste years spinning your wheels, then I highly do recommend you check out my mentorship program. I built it specifically for busy people with jobs and, responsibilities, but who do want a step-by-step plan to maybe escape their 9-to-5. And it's for people who maybe tried other online businesses before and lost money and are ready for something simple and proven to work. So you'll get the exact system I used to go from 0 to retiring at 23, which is absolutely insane. And of course, you'll have direct access to me and support from me and my team throughout the entire process. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.